Hello guys, in this tutorial we focus on the use of static keyword. It can be used with the variable, method, block and nested class. So let's start the actual tutorial. So static keyword can be used with the class, variable, method and block, and it belong to the class instead of instance. Instead of instance means instead of object. This means if you make a static content, you can access it without object. So here what happens, friend, whatever the static content you create, it belong to the class, not the object. That is the important point. So first we start with the static method. We can call this without object because when we make a member static, it become class level. Suppose this is class, and in this class suppose we have the method, and it is static method because it is started with the static. So once you create the main, you observe here we are not creating object, we are writing only the method name, and it will give you the output static method. So this is very the common thing because this method belong to the class, not the object, so there is no need to create object. Okay, so that's the reason we are directly getting the output without creating object. So whenever you create the static method, there is no need to create its object. Next one is static block. Particularly we use to initialize variable. This block get executed when the class is loaded in memory. The class can have multiple static block. So it is used just like constructor to initialize the values. So here we have static variable, so you can create the static block with the initial value. Then you have to use main method, and whenever you get the output, you just use that variable name, no need to create object. So you directly get the output 9. And this is the static block. We can have 2, 3, many in the program. So it is used to give you the initial values, and its value will be like that. Next one is multiple static block. We can have more than one static block, as I told you. So here we have 2 static block. We have output statement, and here the value. Here we have output statement value. So first this static block will run, and after that this. Then in the main method we have the output statement. So before that content, the class content static block will be executed. So you get the output static block 1, static block 2, like this. And then here you are printing the value of number. So initially this block is executed, so 68. Then after that this one, so this value is updated. That's the reason we are getting 98. So here one thing you keep in mind, the static block will be executed first once the class is loaded, and then whatever statement you write here, that will run. Java static variable is the next one. It can be accessed directly in the static method. How? We will see. This is the class. These are the 2 static variable, and in static method we are using this variable. You can use the main and call it without using object. So whatever the static variable you will use, it will show you the output initial value like 0 and null, because in this program we didn't call the static variable, then also we are getting value because it is initialized with the default value. If you use the integer, it is initialized with 0. If you use string, it is initialized with the null. Java static variable, next point is, are shared among the instance of the class. For example, you have the class and your values of the variable 77. This is the string variable normal, not the static, but this is the static 77. So whatever changes you do it here, it will be shared by the object if you create, and whatever changes you do here, it will be not shared. How? We will see. So in main method, if you are creating 2 objects and your statement is object 1 value 88, object 2, here the value is changed, so that change value will be shared. And here in the non-static we have variable 2, I am object 1, variable 2, object 2. Then if you use output statement, like ob1.var1. So var1 is static variable and its value we change 2 times, so it will give you 99 value, because whatever object you use doesn't matter, because the static depend on the class and change value will be shared among the all object. So in output you get 99. Next one, string value, we are printing ob1.variable2. This is the variable 2 and this is ob1, so you are getting output I am in object 1, because with the ob1 object the value is I am in object 1. Then with ob2, as I told you, the value will be shared with the object, so you get the last updated value 99. And then with the ob2 there is a value I am in object 2. So we get the different values here, because each object, that is ob1, ob2 holding different value, but whether it is ob1, whether it is ob2, we are getting updated value, because the updated value will be shared to the different object. Next one is a Java static variable. Here the static method main is accessing static variables without object. It means, again through example we will take this. Suppose you have the static content 10 and the string variable beginner book. So what happen, without object you can use it in the main method and it will show you the output, whatever the values you get initialize. Next point, in the variable, static method access directly in static and non-static method. So the meaning we will take with the example. This is the static variable, value is 100, and this is also the static method. You can observe the static method is display, and in that display method we are showing the value of I, and then we are calling one more function, that is the simple non-static function. And then in main method we are creating the object, we are running then two method, obj.func. So here this is the method and it will call that display method, and in the display method we are showing the value of I. And next is again the display method, without object we are calling, so it's a static method and it is also showing the output I. So here our point is static method access directly in static and non-static methods, means we can use that static method in static also and non-static also. Next one is Java static class. So class can be made static only if it is nested class, like that. Within that one class we use the second static class. So in this class we have static variable whose value beginner block, and in this nested class you can use the method, that is disp method. And then in the main method, when we are calling that nested content, we use that initial class, and then nested class, its object equal to new initial class and nested class, and by using that we can call the display method here, because this is nested class and it will show you the output of str, that is beginner book. So in this way you have to use nestation. Lots of examples are there, point by point you have to practice so that your concept will be clear. Only you watch the presentation you may get confusion, so I advise you have to practice that each and every example. So I hope friend you understood this tutorial. Thanks for watching.